What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is 3antozz. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Isis. A bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for him. His name is SuperAfim. The map is Savannah, and it is an interesting Savannah to say the least. There are a lot of rhinos to be found here. We do see the pharaohs scouting around. I will tell you, I've got this build order for Isis already out there. When you do not have hunt as Isis, do not build the granary. Put all your villagers onto one chicken. By the time your pharaoh and priest scout around your base, you will have only gathered 15 food. Max. Maybe more, but you can scout everywhere. You can see nothing's there. And then you can start sending villagers out to that secondary hunt. Now, we do see the villagers coming out onto this hunt over here. This hunt on the front here has been spotted with the rhinoceros, but SuperAfim going to be having a very difficult time here, whereas 3antozz has found his hunt very, very early on. And look at this. He didn't use his granary. He's grabbed one chicken, and then he says, that's enough. Move over onto my rhino, and he's going to have a fantastic game here to start things off. So we'll see how it all goes, but SuperAfim here having a bit of a struggle time here. He's actually having a little bit of idle villager time as well, because he hasn't quite done the opening build order correctly here for low hunt, or not low hunt, but no starting hunt. It's a little bit of a problem here. Now let's talk a little bit about this matchup and why I'm a little bit like, wow, we saw SuperAfim go for this. So we all know the bread and butter of the Isis game plan. The Isis game plan is to go for an Ancestors Eclipse, Chariot Archer, Siege Tower, Scorpion Man push off of one town center. Why is this so hard for Isis against Poseidon? Well, Poseidon can just simply go mass stable. Poseidon also has got access to, as we see, a center temple coming down for 3antozz. Poseidon has also got militia, which are a really, really good counter to siege towers. You put stables all around your town centers and you're completely fine. And not only that, but Poseidon has also got the bonus of cheaper cavalry to utilize against the Egyptian army, which is basically all chariot archers and scorpion men. So, and you also get, if you get there, you get access to the Atlanta, which is a really, really strong unit to use against Scorpion Men. So, all in all, 3antozz's Poseidon here is going to have a lot of fun. Not only that, there is another huge early game advantage that Greek has against Isis, which is the early heroes with your ranged hero and Theseus able to push off hunt like this or push off hunt like this in the early stages of the game. So we'll see exactly what 3antozz is planning here. But 3antozz here, he's got that forward temple up. He can go through Hermes. He can go through Ares here as well with the forward gold mine up. That honestly, that could be devastating for SuperAfim here if he goes through Ares and he pushes the Cyclops in to take this tower down, pushes off this gold mine. There's almost nothing that SuperAfim can do to stop that. So we do see a temple coming down here, but he is going through Hermes. The forward temple is simply just to put pressure onto this food location immediately here. Relics on the map, the Thundercloud Shawl is a big, big relic for 3antozz to actually pick up. Not the best for SuperAfim because there's not really going to be that many PS units being built here in this matchup, I wouldn't say. But we'll see how things are going to go as SuperAfim. He's going to be hitting this classical age quite late. It's kind of standard, but it's quite late for kind of the modern Isis. I would think 445 is kind of what I'm starting to believe is the best advance time here or 444 is the best advance time for an Isis player if you're going for a fast heroic. Why? Because you advance that point, you're going to be able to defend any sort of attacks with an early Jason, with your Pharaoh and your Priest, and you're going to be in a good position. Now we're going to start seeing 3antozz moving forward. He's not going for a fast second town center, it looks like. One stable, one archery range coming down here as 3antozz here. He's going for a very, very unique opening build here, opening strategy, put some pressure onto SuperAfim. SuperAfim here is finishing up on this one Rhino as the priest coming in here to try and look to defend this. Bast is on the way. Wall's coming up on this position, but the Centaur is already in position to take this villager down. The villager most likely will be able to make a run for it into the tower, but lots of damage coming through onto that one as this location is going to be under a lot of pressure. A third military building coming down here for 3antozz as well. He's got heaps of food in the bank here. He needs some more villagers on the gold mine here very, very early. A little bit of a miss macro here for this build. Alternatively, he can just get himself like medium cavalry immediately here as the tower is going to start getting taken down. Bast just about to pop here. The villagers on this hunt here are getting away with a murder, able to grab that for the time being, as 3antozz could definitely be targeting that down, but he wants the pressure onto this gold mine as the Sphinx going to be popping out. We do see the immediate pressure onto that Sphinx there as it gets taken down immediately there. That's such a huge unit to be losing. The Centaur does get taken down there. The unit's going to be retreating away. The tower is up. The villager pops out. He's going to be throwing down that house to defend this tower as the army coming through to push off of this food immediately. But SuperAfim here, he's not going to overreact. He is overreacting here with a barracks. I don't think that's the play here. You don't want to build anything. You just go to the heroic age as fast as you possibly can here against these one town center plays. But a barracks here and making spearmen, very, very interesting decision here from SuperAfim. We'll see if it's going to pay off for him or not, as an armory now going down. The villagers are onto the goats. There's only a little bit of food left in this position as the house is coming up over here as well. As we'll see what 3antozz's plan is as he's going to try and break down this house. This is out of range slightly of the tower, but one Hippocon will take a lot of pressure here as 3antozz sees the amount of damage he can do. He will be losing that Hippocon as the priest and the pharaoh, they can move forward and try and defend this as well. So these houses are going to come up very, very shortly. A couple of spearmen are starting to come through for SuperAfim as he's not going to be able to get in to the heroic age here if he decides to build those, which means no Ancestors Eclipse, which means no chariots, no Migdol strongholds, and this 3antozz army is going to be able to break through here and get some good damage done onto these villages here as he's spamming more and more units out. 3antozz still floating a little bit of food here. I'm not sure exactly why he's decided to do that. As he's got a whole bunch of villagers now over onto the gold mine. Maybe he can get himself a second town center here as an option, given the amount of damage he's managed to do. He's pushed off all the food. There is a decent amount of goats remaining. The chickens, there's a handful of chickens remaining with 300 food there on those. If SuperAfim can make it to the next age, we'll have to wait and see as the Toxotes pushing through here to try and take down these houses and break through on this location. We do see the pharaoh coming in to get some big amounts of damage done onto those Toxotes there as one of those houses does break down. The pharaoh there gets a lot of damage in return though as it almost gets taken down. The priest is in position here to heal that one back up, so no huge problem there for SuperAfim as he's going to be able to heal that all the way back up. And 3antozz now in this position. Two options: heroic age or town center. We'll see which one he's going to go for. Plenty of resources in the bank here as he decides to go for the town center. After all is said and done, Flood of the Nile coming through. Armory is up. Handful of slingers coming through here as well as the house trying to come through as well. The pharaoh and the slingers in position to take this one out as that pharaoh, it looks like it might get taken out. He can garrison into the tower. He decides not to. It survives with 1 HP. No, it doesn't. Where did that arrow come from? A homing missile from 25 feet away, whatever that is. Just goes. And the pharaoh does get taken down. SuperAfim does hit up through the heroic gauge now. He's going to drop his prosperity down. He's got 10 villages on gold. I'm going to tell you a little bit of math here, ladies and gentlemen. Prosperity increases your gold gather rate from the base rate by 100. Does he have pickaxe? By wait, is it 100 and 100%? I think it's 100%. Maybe it's 110%. If you only put 10 villagers on that, it's like you've got 20 villagers on the gold mine if you're a pickaxe. If you put 20 villagers on the gold mine, it's like you've got 40 villagers gathering gold. If you put 30 villagers on the gold mine, it's like you've got 60 villagers on the gold for that period of the game. I'm here to say, I do not believe that prosperity early is a good play by ISIS players. I think it wastes that entire, it doesn't waste the god power, but it's not utilizing that god power to the most effect. Now you might ask me, Boit, what's the point in having, say, 2,000 gold if I've got 0 other resources? The point is that there's a market out there and you can trade resources, as we do see the ceasefire getting dropped down to prevent a Migdol stronghold from coming up yet again, as the Migdol isn't actually placed just yet, but a Siege Works is coming through here for SuperAfim. A SuperAfim might be going for a classical age army kind of Ancestors Eclipse timing push. So basically my point is, if you save prosperity to the heroic age, when you have access to a market and you have access to a large gold mine, cast prosperity then with all of your villagers on it, and you can buy food, buy wood. You've increased your gold gather rate to such a degree that the rates at which you can buy food and gold at 130 is way better than gathering the resources normally. And you just do that for the minute, and you put the villagers back onto wood, back onto food, and you're all good to go. That's my story. That's my TED Talk. Thank you guys for coming and checking it out. And we'll see how things are going to go. As 3antozz retreats back, walls coming up on this position as well, as some siege towers are coming up. We do indeed see the market coming down, so SuperAfim does want to buy some resources here. The Scorpion men are in position. The Ancestors Eclipse here is ready. Look at the military buildings here from 3antozz. He's in position here with those to defend nicely as the army trying to force some sort of an Ancestors Eclipse here as well. And SuperAfim bites on this one as he clicks it. There's only one siege tower. There's 2 siege towers rolling in. The army of 3antozz simply just retreats back. We do see him able to snipe a minion or two out as he's retreating back to the town center. He's going to be looking all across the map for literally anything else to do apart from being here. These units end up becoming a complete waste of time here. All he's got is these 2 siege towers to push through, and he has to break down the archery range. He has to break down the temple. He's got to break down all these military buildings. And look at the thing. If SuperAfim takes this temple out, that's so many militia that pop out. Now, SuperAfim is making a smart move here to go straight after this town center. But look at this. 3antozz has got 12 villagers already in position. He pops out 3 shanks, 4 shanks, 5 shanks, dead siege tower or 3 HP siege tower there. The other siege tower now starts getting targeted down. 3antozz can literally snipe that down. He does manage to snipe that down. Good micro by SuperAfim, but the Ancestors is gone. 3antozz is still at full population as he's going to be returning back in onto this position. He has to wait out that Eclipse as well as the Scorpion men are doing some good damage down as well. 3antozz pops out his villages. He's going to be taking down those siege towers, and this Ancestors Eclipse push has been completely shut down. And in that moment, SuperAfim doesn't want to play it out anymore. He's still got some units remaining, but he's done no damage here with the Ancestors Eclipse. He's done nothing at all. 3antozz is basically full population. He's got more than enough population to defend with. All the siege towers, bar 1, have been picked off. This town center is waiting here with 1,800 HP. SuperAfim knows he made a mistake clicking that Ancestors Eclipse too early. He needs to get into a closer position to get those siege towers onto the town center, utilize the Ancestors Eclipse to take the town center down. But he did not do it. 3antozz shows how to defend this Ancestors Eclipse beautifully. Really, really nice play from 3antozz. Takes the series 2-0. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.